This is a squirrel, and he can do this. And he's one of the biggest threats to critical infrastructure in the United States. Yeah, I'm not even joking, as most of you would expect. But yeah, normally we see squirrels as cute and cuddly because you wouldn't expect to see Scrat, Ice Age Scrat, to be able to do so much damage. Though the furry friend has costed millions in damages to critical infrastructure, not just by forgetting where they planted their nuts, but in a way that affects us much more with our power grid. They've caused so many issues in the US electrical power grid that the American Public Power Association has named the squirrels the most frequent cause of power outages in the US and developed a search record called the Squirrel Index that studies the patterns and timings of squirrels' impact on electrical power systems. Turns out the peak times of the year for squirrel attacks are from May to June, October to November. Now, how does this make squirrels a bigger threat than a cyber attack? Well, electrical disruptions caused by squirrels are widespread and common. I mean, just think about it. Typically, you need power to, use your phone, computer, the internet, and so on. If you don't have power, you don't get to watch any of my cringy videos. I mean, who wouldn't want to do that? The grid attacks are in fact so common that the media coverage of squirrel grid shutdowns has been compared to the number of grid shutdowns by squirrels to those of terrorists. Yeah, I read that and I'm thinking the same thing. The squirrels are small. They can tunnel through or nod their way into little openings into distribution facilities, chewing through the electrical insulation, which in turn will eventually corrode the wire or arc on anything conductive nearby. The squirrels will also walk onto two conductors and different electrical components, bringing them together, where, if we all already know, the squirrel's path ends pretty quick. Then trips a breaker shuts down the grid power, and that's when the YouTube video stops and you're done listening to me ramble on. With numerous grid shutdowns throughout the entire US, like in Montana, squirrels have interfered with Maelstrom Air Force Base and nuclear weapons site, causing some significant financial damage to infrastructure, which honestly, squirrels might be in better hands of nuclear weapons than us. Maybe? I don't know. They have also shut down the NASDAQ automated trading computer in 1987, a 90-minute power loss caused by a squirrel that affected 20 million trades. Then they came back for the revenge plot again in 2014, which shut down the NASDAQ for about 30 minutes again. John C. Inglis, the former deputy director of U.S. national security agencies, said in 2015 that he judged the electrical grid was as likely to be paralyzed by a natural disaster as by a cyber attack, and added, frankly, the number one threat experienced to date by the U.S. electrical grid is squirrels. Similar scenarios exist in Germany, where in 2005 a cyber squirrel, quote-unquote, crippled the entire electrical grid south of River Elster for an hour. They called him a furry suicide bomber. And to top off the suicide bombers, Chris Thomas has said that as of January 2017 in the United States there have been 6 deaths associated with squirrel interference with infrastructure. He's also mentioned that we've had power outages caused by squirrels in all 50 states, including Hawaii, where we don't even have squirrels, but they do have chickens. Let me know what you think. Do you think squirrels pose a greater threat than cyber attacks? Comment below. And remember to like if you liked the video and subscribe if you want to keep up on my videos. Thanks for watching.